What's going on, collective? Welcome and or welcome back. For those of y'all who are new here, welcome. My name is Shani. This is Melanated Mindfulness Tarot. I upload pretty much daily collective messages, and I also upload zodiac messages when and or as the opportunity presents itself. Okay. If you have not already, feel free to subscribe to the channel and join us on our journeys of healing and or spiritual development. Okay. Um, if you need any information as far as booking with me or following me on any of the other platforms, make sure you check out the description area because all that information is there. And with that being said, let us get into the message. Let us pray so that we can get into the message. All right. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, God, energy itself, you know our hearts and you know our situations. Can you please give us the cards that we need in order for us to be able to unlock and unblock the awareness, the clarity, the confirmation, the transformation, anything else you want us to unlock with these messages? We thank you and we appreciate you. All right, let's get into it, okay? Got cards already coming out. And if you're new here as well, I don't, so you see me probably just pull these out, but they flipped over, so I pulled them out, right? I shuffle until the cards come out because I've had experiences where people were asking like, well, how do you know that's the card, right? And just so that we won't have to tap into that energy or have any questions, I just let the cards come out, right? And we got enough to start with. So let's go underneath it all. Underneath it all, we have the Queen of Swords. So this is not male or female, right? There is no gender for me when I'm reading. So the energy of this card is like being exhausted with trying to keep up with what everybody else wants you to do or expects you to do, right? It's like, of course, people have created these boxes. People have become I guess accustomed to who we are based on how we interact with them or how we have interacted with them for so long. So when you get to that point or that position when you start to like change or shift or transition or transform into whatever it is that you're turning into, some people may feel some type of way about that, right? But you have to be okay with being yourself, regardless of anything and everything else. You got to be okay with being yourself, because if you don't, you're going to exhaust yourself trying to keep up with what everybody else is expecting of you or wanting you to do, sort of kind of speak, right? So that underneath it all energy is calling our awareness to that. Make sure that you're being true to yourself. Make sure that you are standing up for yourself. You're being authentically you, opposed to trying to, please the people outside of yourself, regardless of who they are. Friends, family members, your parents, maybe your kids, your partner. You have to really get into that position, that point where you're okay with being yourself. Okay. Now that was just the bottom of the deck, so let's get into the message. Which kind of, listen, started off right. Okay, this is the Princess of Wands, and do y'all see how free she is? Like how she's like, I'm letting go of these burdens. I am free. I am elevating. I am raising my energy. Right? Like I'm doing the things that I need to do for me. I'm doing the things that I need to do for me, right? Now, that's always good. That's always good. You definitely want to be in that position of where you're doing what you need to do to elevate yourself, right? But we also have the Queen of Disc here, and the Queen of Disc is in reverse. So it's more so like, almost like you're still holding on to something from the past, right? Like, you're doing what you feel like you need to do for yourself, but you really don't feel like stable in doing so. That's what that energy is telling me. It's really like you not feeling stable in doing so because you holding on to a lot of stuff, right? Let's talk about confirmation. But you holding on to a lot of stuff mentally. Things that you need to overcome, things that you really need to just let go of. And let me take that back when I say just let go of, because you want to actually heal from it. It's not like you dismissing it. It's not like you're trying to sweep it under the rug. It's that when it pops up, you need to deal with it so that you can heal from it and then move forward so that it won't continue to have this power over you. It won't continue to trigger you. You know what I mean? those things that keep on popping up for you, they're really trying to get you to recognize something about yourself. Like really tap into your inner power, your inner truth, right? Your inner self. With the Hermit card showing up, right? It's like it's trying to fertilize something within you so that you can pull this out of yourself and then illuminate this light to the rest of the world. You look at your own situations, love, and you don't think that, how can I describe it? When you look at like what you've been through or what you've overcome, you don't think that it's power. You know, you, in a way, you may even still be looking at it like it's a bad thing that had to happen to you. But if you've overcome that energy, like if you've overcome that situation, that's giving you some type of power in itself already. There's a lot of people who are still in the spaces that you've grown from, right? And they wondering like, damn, how did he do it, or how did she do it? You know what I'm saying? So you just because you had to do it and you overcame it and you did that for yourself, you don't recognize that as a part of your power or a part of your strength, or maybe even a part of your gifts. And whether you know it or not, you need to. Like, you definitely should. You definitely should. It is crazy how, you know, certain things come easy to us. And because it comes easy to us, we think or feel like it comes easy to other people, or it's supposed to come easy to other people, when no, it just comes easy for you. Like, certain things just come easy for you. So that's your gift. That is a power for you. You know what I'm saying? Don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on that. What I'm telling you. How do you think I get to show up? You know, like, I've had to go through some things. I've had to experience some things, witness some things for me to be able to show up and talk about the things that I talk about, or to address the things that I address. How do I do so? Because Spirit puts that energy on me based on my past experiences. And then I deliver pretty much how I overcame. And I let you take from that whatever you need to take from that. You take what resonates and you leave what don't. Because the way that I had to overcome something may not be the exact same way that you can overcome it. But the fact that you can look at me and you can be like, damn, well, she did that. Well, if she can do it, I can do it too. You know, it gives you some type of confidence. Like, you know what I'm saying? It puts this push behind you in some type of way, shape, or form. If you can see, like, if you see that somebody else has done it, then you can believe it for yourself. Even though I'm always showing up and I'm always saying, believe it. If you believe it, then you'll be able to see it. But I also know that most people operate in this, I'll believe it when I see it type of energy. So then you have spirit, God, source, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, right? That will put that person, that individual right in front of you just for you to be able to see, like, they did it. You said you needed to see it to believe it. So now you see it. Do you believe it now? You know? Listen, Linda or Larry. Linda, Larry, listen. Be more delicate to yourself. Be more polite to yourself. Be more kind to yourself. Be more gentle to yourself, if I haven't said gentle already, right? You really be beating yourself up. Like, you don't have to say things out of your mouth for your body to be able to feel where you're coming from. Like, the way that you be feeling about yourself, your situations, your circumstances, that's how you talk to that's how your body can feel that. That's still energy, right? That's the energy you put out. That's the energy that you're utilizing to speak to the universe, what you're feeling in the inside. It all starts in your mind because it starts with a thought. When you think some type of way or you think a certain thing, then you start feeling a certain type of way, right? And after you feel a certain type of way, it really like dictates and determines how you move. But beyond that, like, that's the energy you put out. That feeling that you feel, that's the energy you put out. So when people talk about, like, you get out what you put in, you put in what you get out type of energy, you have to pay attention to the way that you be feeling about yourself, the way you feel about certain people or situations or whatever, you know? Focus on the things that you actually like to feel so that you can experience more of that, and more of that, right? Start recognizing your accomplishments. Start appreciating yourself. Start congratulating yourself. Start celebrating yourself, because it's necessary. It's necessary. right? Opposed to you trying to fit into that box that other people have created for you so that they can appreciate you, they can congratulate you, they can acknowledge you, so that they can celebrate you. No, like, scratch all that. You've got to put in too much work to please the next person. You don't even know if what you're doing is going to please that person. You know, you still operating off your brain, like the way you think, and you can't think for somebody else. Even in those moments where you think that you think it for somebody else. No, boo. You're not. Those are your thoughts, whether you want to believe it or not. The only how you can tell what somebody is thinking is if they tell you what they're thinking. Other than that, it's an assumption. So, be mindful, okay? Be mindful. It's time for you to like free yourself from anything that you feel is hindering you or holding you back from happiness, from healing, from health. Like, whatever it is that you feel is holding you back, it's time to disconnect yourself from that. It's time to let that go. Especially when it comes to the overthinking. Like, become aware of what it's trying to tell you, what it's trying to show you. There is messages, signs, synchronicities, symbols that are always presenting themselves. You gotta pay attention. Be able to interpret the message, which there's a number of different ways to interpret the messages. Interpret the dreams, interpret the numbers, interpret the signs, interpret the cycles. Okay? Spirit, you know our hearts and our situations. Can you please give us the cards that we need out of this deck in order for us to be able to unlock and unblock the awareness, the clarity, the confirmation, transformation, and healing that we need at this time? I almost thought something flipped over. I thought for a moment, but when I looked down, it was not. Nothing didn't flip over. But that just came out. So what is that? And this is the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck that I am using right now. The card that comes out is impartiality. Okay? This is impartiality. So this is really talking about fairness, right? Like being fair. You may see something one way and somebody else may see it another way, but you can always find this common ground. It's like the energy of like being able to negotiate almost, right? But that can also be happening within like yourself. You can see something one way, but you want to do it another way. You can still like be fair to yourself. Find how can you negotiate? Like where can you come together? You know what I'm saying? Or maybe even it's you needing to like bend your shit just a little bit. Like bend your thoughts. If your mind is just stuck on this one particular thing and then another way presents itself, don't continue to just be stuck over here because this is what you want to do. This is how you want to do it. I understand that. But sometimes how you want to do it may be a more complicated or a difficult way. You know? And that's what be happening most times. We be so fixated on doing something in a particular way, not recognizing or realizing that way is more complicated than the other way that has presented itself to us. Right? So be easy on yourself. Even if you have to like say small prayers or something to where you like, God, you know, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, archangels, whoever, like, I ask that you guide me in this situation so that I can experience it with ease and simplicity or something like that, right? Whatever, you give up some type of energy where you're exuding the fact that you want the experience. However, you want the experience with ease and simplicity, however that may come. I'm trying to learn you something. Okay? But yeah, listen, do with that message what you will, love. I'm definitely glad that you stayed and you listened. I hope it definitely brought you some clarity, some confirmation, some transformation, some healing, right? Just something to help you along your journey because it's very necessary, right? So yeah, I love you. I cannot wait till we meet again. Make sure that you tap in. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already because this is definitely about to be a journey, not even just for me or you individually, for us collectively. Peace.